to beautiful Baltimore. We took the show on the road to Los Angeles.
We here, girl, we here.
We're at Park MGM for the most epic show of the season, the one and only Usher! Behind the scenes, my one-on-one with Usher.
My next scheduled stop Philadelphia.
Perfect place for us hanging out with Michelle Obama.
Welcome to Atlanta, baby.
We arrived gifts in hand to see our friends, DeBrat and Judy, at their home right outside the city. Welcome to Las Vegas.
Come with me behind the red velvet rope into Miranda's Velvet Rodeo Residency.
Welcome back. 6 seasons, and we've traveled far and wide, taking you to Vegas, Baltimore. Baltimore was a very special trip because that was the first trip we took after the shutdown out of our studio. So Baltimore will always hold a special place in my heart. And speaking of heart, when we were in Vegas, I actually attended for the very first time an Elvis wedding. Look at me. They're like, how did she get in here? I remember, they were like, whose side of the family is she on? That's what happens when you travel. You meet new people, have new adventures. And our next story was inspired by the classic Hollywood rom-com, The Holiday, in which characters played by Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz switch homes and lives over Christmas, both finding love in the process. Well, in season 3, we met Grace, who after watching the movie for the very first time was inspired to follow in the footsteps. Based in Boston at the time, Grace took her idea of a home swap to TikTok in this post, which went viral. Almost 4 million views, in fact. Thousands of people commented and swap offers came flooding in. Grace eventually switched lives with 22-year-old Flo Patterson from the UK. When we caught up with the pair, they were in the middle of their life swap. Take a look. Grace, thank you so much for joining us. You are right now in the throes of this adventure. How's it going?
Yeah, it's halfway through, a little more than halfway through at this point. Every part of it has been surreal and serendipitous and more than I even expected it to be.
And I love the UK to Boston connection in all of this. What was it like when you got the keys and opened the door and walked in?
Such a relief. I mean, up until that point, it could have been anything. It could have been, Grace was calling me the whole time. But it was just such a relief. It was amazing to finally be settled and be here and have it actually happening. And then it finally sunk in. I think we were dealing so much with logistical things and not the as romantic side of it, that once I arrived, it was like, wow, okay, now I just get to explore. Once I sorted the jet lag, and then I got to explore.
So, Grace, I have to ask you, did you all leave maps and notes for each other in the house? Like, okay, this is where I keep the pasta. This is where I keep, whatever in the house. Did you map out for one another, Grace, what to expect when you got there?
Yeah, so I was really lucky. Flo and I had a little bit of time together when I arrived. So she picked me up from the airport last Thursday and then took me to the apartment in Bath and showed me all the ropes. And for her, I had a friend, drop her off at my place, and I made a very in-depth guide to all the, things about my apartment that she needed to know, where the trash was, how to, use certain things in the apartment. So, yeah, we made sure we were comfortable, and, we've been talking every day. So anything that comes up, we can respond very quickly to one another.
I love the movie that inspired this. In the movie, there was a component of falling in love. There was a romanticism of going away and maybe not only swapping houses, but finding a whole new crop of people to date and enjoy. Raise your hand if you, in the back of your mind, thought maybe there could be love attached to this as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, it's more just I wanted to fall in love with the city. I mean, first of all, I was fully expecting to meet Jude Law, really wanted to meet him. So that expectation was there, and it has not been met. I have not met him in person, unfortunately.
Okay, so Tam found while neither Grace or Flo found love on their travel adventure, they say the experience has sparked what they described as a lifelong bond between them. They speak on the phone most days, and this past summer met in New York City for a vacation, during which they got these matching tattoos of the letter B. So they'll always remember a life-changing swap between Boston and Bath. Coming up, he crisscrossed the country to go on 50 dates in 50 states. How did it turn out? Well, we're going to get a follow-up after the break.